In this video, I want to talk a little bit about how we should respond when we create something in our sketchbook which we really don't like. And my philosophy about sketchbooks is that they are a place of learning, discovery, development, trying things out. And therefore, there are going to be quite a few pages which we don't like. And actually, I think if there are pages that we don't like in our sketchbook, it's actually a good thing. It means we are perhaps stretching ourselves. It means we're trying things that haven't worked, but it means we're trying things. So that's my very first point. I think your sketchbook should not be page after beautiful page. So what to do when you don't like something in your sketchbook or something that you've just created? And I think there is an opportunity in that to question what you don't like about it, why you don't like it, what you might do differently. So take anything that you've created that you're not happy with and reflect on it in a helpful, constructive, kind way. It's very, very easy for us to be self-critical and a bit mean about our own creations. And that doesn't help us. It doesn't help our creativity. So I'm always trying to find ways and do things that help my creativity, not hinder it. So if I create something that I don't like, and that is quite frequently, I tend to come back to it at a different time. So when you've just created it, you are quite close to it. So I tend to give it a bit of blue water, a bit of, a couple of days, a couple of weeks even, and re-look at it. And it's so surprising. There have been things that I have done in my sketchbook that I've hated at the time. And then just a bit of space, a bit of objectivity, a bit of distance in time has helped me look at a page and go, do you know what, I think I actually quite like that now. So I never do anything destructive to a page at the point or near when I've created it. So it will only ever, if I'm going to change the page, it will only ever be weeks or maybe even months later. So if there's something you've created in your sketchbook that you don't like, give it some time. Turn over a new page. That's the beauty of a sketchbook. You don't have to put the thing you don't like on a wall. You just turn over a page and keep going. Then I might come back to it and kind of look at it and try and understand how I might resolve it. What don't I like? What do I like? So I'm looking at the page with sort of objectivity. And then there are two choices, aren't there? You just ignore it or you do something to it. So in this video, I just want to show you inside my sketchbook and show you some of the ways that I might alter a page that I've done that I wasn't happy with. But fundamentally, there are always going to be pages that you don't like in your sketchbook. And that, to me, is the beauty of a sketchbook. It means that you're kind of trying things out and that you're not stuck in a rut and that you're not always doing the one thing that you know is beautiful to you. You're kind of exploring and pushing the boundaries. So I'm going to show you inside my sketchbook and just talk you through how I might consider some pages that I'm not that happy with. I've selected a couple of pages in my sketchbook which I have come back to after I've created them and changed dramatically. So I think it is useful to think about your creations as a series of additions and subtractions. So when I'm working in my sketchbook, because I want my sketchbook to be a place of development, a place of discovery, I'm quite often adding things, taking things out, playing around with them, and seeing if I can resolve a page that I don't like. So I think it's useful to think of, or I think of it as a sort of puzzle. So if there's something I don't like in my sketchbook, I come back to it after a little while and I think, how could I resolve this? How could I make it better? And I sort of look at it like a little challenge. So for example, this page here, you might be able to see there's some sort of blue patterns here very faintly. And the reason they're faint is because it was a whole page of pattern and it was super busy, and that is one of my lifetime issues. I'm a total maximalist, so I often add things in, and I have to sometimes learn to take things away because they're more powerful when I do. So what I did here, so there was some blue sort of felt tip pen, and I think I can also see a little bit of fine line of detail here. It was so busy and so distracting, it looked like a jumble sale, so I just painted it over with some white acrylic paint. And what I really now like is how what's underneath, there's a kind of whisper, an echo of what was there, and I now like this page. So painting over something I don't like is something that I often do. So that's that. The same here. This was a page in my sketchbook which was mostly felt tip pen and some collage pieces, and all this section up here was sort of blue and pink and orange felt tip and pen, and it just needed a little bit of space. So I just painted in this area here, and I can feel it, so I can feel that it's either gesso or acrylic paint, and it just created a much more powerful composition because I was kind of taking out some of the busyness. So because I'd used blue and pink felt tip pen underneath it, it had a lot of the pattern from the felt tip pen, and the whole page was just looking too much. So by painting this piece out and this piece here, it just gave a little bit more space and made for a more powerful composition in my eyes. So painted it over, and now I'm quite pleased with this page. And here's another example. See what I mean by maximalist? But this was a page that had acrylic paint, watercolour, pencil, and there was something in this corner which I just really didn't like, and something here that I didn't like. So what I did is I photocopied this chunk here and this piece here, photocopied from another sketchbook and stuck them in. And now I really like this page. It's just sort of playful. So I'm often maybe photocopying something from something I've made before and sticking it into something that I'm making now as a way to resolve the page. So if you don't like something in your sketchbook, I would recommend sticking, painting over, ignoring it, or thinking of it as a challenge in terms of how you can resolve it and how you can create something that you do like from what you have created.